Hi guys, welcome back to Movie Chat and More. If you're here for the very first time, welcome. My name is Richard, and today, as you've seen in the thumbnail, we are talking all Halloween 2, 1981. Not the Rob Zombie disaster, the the original Halloween 2 for 1981. Yeah, I know at some point or another we'll end up talking about something else, but depending on how many of you guys show up, you know. But yeah, let's try and keep it grounded. Let's try and keep it Halloween 2, directed by Rick Rosenthal and Rick Rosenthal, Rosenthal. Yeah, yeah. Um, like I said before in my all Halloween 1978 chat. I am going to go back to that. Carl P. Rouse, I'm here. Welcome, Carl. Welcome to the chat. Always good to see you here, my friend. Yeah, like I was saying, I am going to go back and do another OG Halloween 1978 chat at some point or another. But I didn't want to do it tonight. I think it's best to. I think it's best maybe to just do a chat on each movie. Maybe even Rob Zombie's first one, which I didn't mind. I quite liked it. But Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 was a disaster. So I won't be doing a video on that. And I won't be doing a video on Halloween 3 either, because I don't know enough to hold up a conversation about Halloween 3. I mean, you guys could be asking me questions in the live chat. You could be leaving comments down below after the fact, and I haven't seen it enough. I know Halloween 3 is it's pretty good in its own right, but it's not part of the franchise. So yeah, so tonight Halloween 2, but I will go back to Halloween, the original from 1978. But I didn't want to do that tonight. I wanted to just keep things moving along. And so the next one will probably be Halloween 4. Carl P. Miles. Carl. I think Halloween 2 did a great job at picking up where the original left off. You can almost merge both films together and have it be a believable, legit supercut. You could. Totally agree with that. The way, yeah, I mean, Halloween 2 is one of the best in the series. I prefer 4, but Halloween 2 is just, yeah, it's one of the best. And they could do that. And some people do. I've been known to do it. You watch Halloween and the obvious continuation from Halloween is Halloween 2. And like you say, Carl, the way it picks up right after the last one ended, is great. Absolutely is ingenious the way they did that. And we all know the story about John Carpenter wrote the script with a 6-pack of beer and 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll make them brother and sister. They had to have a hook. Otherwise it would just be like watching Halloween again. But this time it's in a hospital, so they had to have a hook. So that's what Carpenter did. So yeah, I totally agree. You can watch both films back to back as a supercut easily. I've done it myself. There you go. Yeah, I just said that. Carl, yeah. Yep. Supposedly Carpenter, I think you mean, written the script with a 6-pack of beers. Yeah, 6-pack of beer, 2 o'clock in the morning. I've got to do something different, otherwise we're just making the same movie. And so he made Jamie, well, I should say Laurie, and Michael brother and sister. That's what he did. Was that necessary? No, because Laurie never finds out. She never finds out that Michael Myers is her brother. Totally unnecessary. But I know there are quite a few fans out there who are emotionally attached to that story arc of the brother and sister thing. That's fair enough. That's fair enough, you know. I am, in a way. I am. But I'm not too bothered when Halloween 2018 came out and the brother sister thing was completely gone. You know, it didn't bother me. Kyle, I wonder if Donald Pleasance felt attached to the Loomis character. Well, that's a great comment. I think, and I could be shot down in flames for this. I think Pleasance in Halloween 2, I think he did feel attached to the character. I really think Pleasance felt attached to the character because it could be argued that his performance in Halloween 2 is I don't want to say better, but he's more the urgency, and he's been trying to tell these people for years what Michael Myers is, pure evil. He knows, and in a way he's been vindicated, but it's also at the same time we all remember that classic line from Brackett, Sheriff Brackett, "You let him out." I didn't let him out. I gave orders for him to be restrained. Yeah, 6 times, Sheriff. I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. No, I mean, yeah, I think he did feel attached to the character of Loomis. Not too much, but his performance in Halloween 2, the urgency to try and get this guy because he knows what Michael Myers really is. So yeah, that to me, to have a performance that fantastic, you have to feel attached to your character. There's no way Pleasance could have done that without feeling attached. Just a little bit, maybe, or maybe a lot. I don't know. To the character of Sam Loomis. And again, in Halloween 4, in Halloween 4, he does the same thing. It's great in Halloween 4. He's great in Halloween 5. Halloween 6, he was very limited. He wasn't well. He was, no, he died. Anyone watching this video may know, he died just after Halloween 6 was made, or during the film was being made, and that's why we have 2 cuts of Halloween 6. We have the producer's cut and the theatrical cut. Pardon me. Kyle, I wonder if they do a flashback with him in Kills. If they do, the last thing I want to see is a CGI version of Donald Pleasance. I don't want to see that. I think they tried that in a Star Wars movie with Carrie Fisher, I think they tried to, and you could tell, you could tell it's not a real face. We're not there yet. We may never ever get there yet. But you could tell that it wasn't Carrie Fisher. It was a CGI face, kind of like Halloween H2O. Yeah, when we see Michael in the kitchen, uh, and it was one scene they couldn't reshoot for some reason, so the Michael Myers mask became a CGI mask, and it looked terrible. It looked fucking awful. So I'm hoping they don't do that. If they do, yeah, a flashback in Halloween Kills with Loomis, and they're seeing from behind. Let it be like somebody who, uh, somebody from the side, or from, especially like from behind, and we can buy it. We can buy it. Do not, please. I hope they haven't. I really hope and pray they haven't gone to the lengths of doing a CGI Loomis, because that would be fucking ridiculous, and it wouldn't be believable. You'll be able to tell it's not him. You'll be able to tell it's CGI. They haven't got that far yet. They haven't got that far, and they may never get that far. I mean, one day, eventually, they probably will, but hopefully not. So if they do a flashback with Loomis, yeah, hopefully it's from the side, it's a real person, it's a real face. They could do that. uh, excuse me. Like I say, Carl, always good to see you here. Hopefully some more people will join the chat. But like I say, if not, I'm just gonna, I will do. I mean, next is probably Halloween 4, and then Halloween 5, and Halloween 6. But I will revisit each one, for people that are not able, for unless they're working or busy, or just doing something else. So I will go back and revisit each one. But it's good to see you, Carl. Always is. Uh, Carpy Rouse. I'm just wondering how that could use him. I'm just wondering how that could use him. Um, what do you? I think I know what you mean by that, Carl. Um, I'm just wondering how they could use him. Yeah, I mean, they could do a flashback. I mean, we know there's a flashback already in Halloween Kills with Lonnie, I think. A chase scene with Michael and Lonnie. What I hope is it fits within the timeline of that original movie. Because in this timeline, Halloween 2 doesn't exist. So I hope it fits within the timeline, and I hope they don't do, like I said, the CGI thing they did with Carrie Fisher with Star Wars. I really hope they don't do that. And they have to make sure, if like I say, it fits within the timeline. Because Halloween, the original Halloween, has got a very specific timeline. Yeah, we all know about, when Annie and Laurie are in the car driving along, and within 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, it gets pitch black. Okay, fair enough, but we can accept that. We've grown. We've grown to accept that. You know, it's broad daylight 1 minute, pitch black the next. So yeah, but this, when it comes to Loomis, a flashback with Loomis, I really hope they don't go full face. I really hope they do it from the side, use a real actor or a real somebody who's got like Pleasance's stature at the time, and they film him from behind. Or I really don't want them to go down the CGI route because it won't look real. Kyle, I'm wondering how the pacing of Halloween Kills is going to be. If H18, H Kills, and Halloween Ends all take place during the same Halloween night, I would expect the sun to start rising at the end. So, how many hours? I think what will happen with that, Kyle, pans across Halloween Kills. I think what will happen in Halloween Kills, and when they finally make Halloween Ends, yeah, they're all set on the same night, and you very well may see, like Halloween 2, the movie we're talking about tonight. Yeah, we may see. I mean, when Laurie is taken out of the hospital at the end of Halloween 2, it's the sun's come up. It's daylight. It's daylight. It's daytime. I think that could be the way. I think that's what they would do. When they finally are able to shoot Halloween Ends, could be a long time, but when they're finally able to do that, I think, I think you're right, Kyle. I think that's what they'll do. I really do. I think at the end of the movie, I think we it may not be like a bright, sunny, sunshine day, but I think it could be, we'll see it getting lighter and lighter. So we go into November 1st, but Halloween 2 did that. So, yep, it could happen. I would expect, like you say, Carl, I would expect the sun to start rising. I think that will happen. I mean, if you think about Halloween 18, 2018, there's no way. I mean, they could, but I don't think there's, to imagine all three movies, the events, I should say, of all three movies happening on the same night, and we don't pass midnight. It's all set on October 31st. No, I think we will see at the end of Halloween Ends. I think we will see the beginning of November 1st, and the sun start to rise. I'm not sure how, but it may still be dark. It may still be dark, but it will be nighttime. But if the sun starts to rise, I would have no problem with that. No problem at all. It would make sense if they did that. It would make sense. Yeah, Kyle, the pacing for kills must be crazy fast. It probably will be. I'm. I was more excited for Halloween 2018 than I am Halloween Kills, and there's reasons for that. I mean, Halloween 2018. They promised us Blumhouse, Jason Blum. This is this is Halloween. We're we're bringing it back. This is Halloween. This is. I mean, we all knew they wouldn't. There's no way they could. You can't make Halloween 1978 these days. I mean, Rob Zombie tried it. Well, actually, no, he didn't. Rob Zombie's Halloween is quite a bit more brutal than the original. But when there's a video on my channel with me and my nephew. We had just come back from the cinema and we had just seen Halloween 2018 and we both loved it. My nephew is still a massive fan. I'm not. I like the movie. I don't love the movie. The expectations and what they promised us in Halloween 2018, it never happened. It never happened. It was like, oh, this is going to be. We're taking it back. We're taking it back to the roots. We're taking Michael Myers back to what he should be, back to Halloween 1. Yeah, the original. Yeah, but they never did. They didn't keep their promise. It was far more sensational, far more brutal. Even the head stomping scene, with Sartain, Dr. Sartain. But he crushes, stamps his foot down and crushes his head, which is a big fuck you to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But not that bothers me. But it wasn't 1978 Halloween continued. And they couldn't do it. So why they made all those promises to begin with is beyond me. I don't know. I don't know why they did that. But with like you say, the pacing, it will be. It's going to be. I mean, Halloween kills. Halloween kill. It is going to be super fast. It's going to be crazy. Some of the kill scenes are going to be more like something out of a Freddy or a Jason movie, or even a Texas Chainsaw movie, which I'm not too fond of. Oh, don't get me wrong. I mean, look, Friday the I love Jason, but Michael Myers is not Jason. Michael Myers is not Freddy. Michael Myers is not Leatherface. But that is what's going to happen. It's going to be very fast paced. It's going to be blood, guts, and gore with very little suspense. And sadly enough, that's what they have to do. It's not 1978 anymore. It's not even 2018 anymore. They have to up the ante all the time. So I know why they did that in 2018, but they shouldn't have promised us. Yes, it is a direct sequel to the 78 movie, but it's very, the tempo, the kill scenes, very, very different from 78. But we all know why they did that. Kyle, that Dr. Twist pissed me off. Really appreciate the comment, Kyle. We've got a long way to go before we talk about 2018. But I don't mind. I mean, this is supposed to be a Halloween 2 chat, but all comments and questions I appreciate all of them, no matter what the subject matter is. It's great. That Dr. Twist pissed me off. Yeah, it did me. It did me. I didn't like it at all. It was unnecessary. Um, you know, I know some YouTubers, I think Dave McRae being one of them, says, I like the character of Sartain until they did that with the twist. But I was never a big fan. Even before we knew he was, he wants to know what killing is like. He wants to know what pure evil is like. He wants to know. Basically, he wants to know what it's like to be Michael Myers. Yeah. And I was not a fan of that. Like, yeah, but I wasn't a fan even before that happened. But when it came to that and the twist, and he's been looking after Michael Myers. He caused the bus crash, I think. No, I'm with you, Kyle, on that. I didn't like it, not at all. Especially when he actually puts the Michael Myers mask on. When he puts the mask on, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? No, so I agree with you. That twist is not for me. Kyle, the use of Sandman in Halloween 2 was pretty good. Totally agree. I listened to that song quite a bit. I've got it on quite a few mixes, on quite a few CD mixes. Yeah. And you know why it works? And some people don't get this, believe it or not. Some people don't understand it. The reason Mr. Sandman works is because it's so innocent, you know? That song, Mr. Sandman, is so innocent. It's so carefree. So when you put it, when you, pardon me, when you add a song like Mr. Sandman to, I want to say, the backdrop to a movie like Halloween 2, or the other way around, because it's so out of place, it makes it creepy. It's like, what? What? Mr. Sandman? Where did this come from? I mean, it plays at the beginning of Halloween 2 and at the end of Halloween 2, and it feels out of place. But there's a reason for that, because it it takes you away. It's like we're talking about a mass murderer with that happy-go-lucky Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream, bum 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 bum, making the swing. Yeah, it's so against what Halloween is about. That's why it works. It's so out of place that it's in place. If that makes any sense, I think you know what I'm talking about. Carl, oh my, when he put the mask on, I was in the theaters thinking the fans were going to be extremely upset. It's funny, I saw that in the cinema. Like I said, me and my nephew, Cal, we saw that at the cinema. And it was, at the time we didn't mind it. I mean, let's face it, we had, what was it, a year and a half at least, I think, waiting for this movie to come out. And when we saw it, I mean, it is, as you probably already know, the most successful slasher movie in the history of motion picture. So they must have done something right. But when that happened, I didn't really care. I really didn't. I didn't really care when that happened. But now I watch it and I think that's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. You know, Sartain putting the mask on and uh, hey, conspiracy trifecta. Hey, conspiracy, welcome to the chat. Conspiracy says, did you see Dave's stream today? Yeah, Halloween 2. Yeah, the goof, the goof in Halloween 2 with the wall that comes away. Yeah, I saw it, and it would seem like I'm doing this. It would seem like I'm doing this video tonight because I saw that. But no, I mean, not at all. How the hell he spotted that, how anyone spotted that is beyond me. But no, I did the video, I think last week, all about 1978 Halloween. And so this one was next on the agenda. So this video wasn't, I'm not saying you're saying that, you know, I'm doing this because McRae did, what he did. No, not at all. I'm not saying that. But yeah, yeah, it, just a coincidence. It's just a coincidence. Exactly. Conspiracy. Did you ever notice that before? I didn't. No, no, I've never seen it. It was interesting. It was a fun video. McRae was very funny. I never saw it. Never noticed it. Stephen Orr, hi. Stephen Orr, will there be Halloween 3 next week? Dare I ask? No, I'm not going to do Halloween 3. I can't. Halloween 3 is not part of the franchise. It's a pretty good-ish, in my opinion, horror movie in its own right. But it's not part of the franchise. So no, I won't be doing Halloween 3. The next one will be Halloween 4. And then when I get to the end, I can't do Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I just can't. I've seen it maybe 2-3 times. I don't know enough about the movie, and it's total crap. But I might continue to Rob Zombie's Halloween, and then go all the way back and do Halloween 78 again. For those of you who are not able to join me live, I might go all the way back and do 1978. And then this one, Halloween 2, 1981, Halloween 4, Conspiracy trifecta, third best Halloween film, in my opinion. The third best, what, Halloween 2, 1981? The third best. So, the third best. So, what are your, so I'm guessing Halloween 78 and maybe Halloween 4 and then Halloween 2. I think that's what you mean, conspiracy. I think I'm the same. If that's what you're saying, I mean, my favorite will always be the OG. Then Halloween 4. I love Halloween 4. Sometimes, not all the time. Sometimes, I think I prefer Halloween 4 to Halloween. But deep down, I know Halloween is, the better movie. But I love Halloween 4. So yeah, I would say Halloween, Halloween 4, Halloween 2. But I do love Halloween H2O. Well, I say I love it. I've got a lot of emotional attachment to that movie. Um, and I think it's a pretty good Halloween movie. All right, set in California. We got lots of sunshine. I don't care. And that comment, oh God's sake, that Michael Myers walked onto the set of Dawson's Creek. I'm sick and tired of hearing that shit. Kevin Williamson had a hand in Halloween H2O. Kevin Williamson, as far as I can remember, created Dawson's Creek. And there were a few actors, or maybe just a one, in Halloween H2O who was in John's girlfriend, who was in Dawson's Creek. Michelle Williams, I think her name is. It doesn't mean Michael Myers walked onto the set of Dawson's Creek. That joke, and it's run its course. It's not. It wasn't funny to begin with. But that's you could probably hear me getting a bit riled up about that. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of hearing that comment. I'm sick and tired of it. Kyle, Richard, have you spoken with Dave and Tony recently? Yes, I have. Was it last Monday? The Monday just gone when they did the A Nightmare on Elm Street remake, Two Dudes and Some Bullshit. Yeah, I did. I sent in a couple of messages, a couple of super chats, believe it or not. And it's funny how McRae, he still knows who I am. So I maybe chatting more. Richard, I believe your name is Richard. Yeah, yeah, and I basically asked a couple of questions about what would happen if Tony Moran was to call Dave out for a physical fight. Apparently, I didn't know this, but apparently Tony Moran has done this before, and McRae has no interest in a physical fight, a physical confrontation with Tony Moran, and I don't blame him. He's a professional. He's a professional voiceover artist. He's depending on It's Me, Billy, and how that goes, he could end up being a lot more, but we'll see. But yeah, and I did say right at the end, I paid for the comment, it was super chat. And I said to Tony Michael, we're cool with the Pamela Voorhees tombstone. And Tony Michael gave me one of those, thumbs up. McRae seemed pretty happy about it because he knew. If you ever want to see that, if you haven't seen it, I think people watching after the fact, you guys, if you want to know what I'm talking about, you're going to have to watch, go to Dave McRae's channel, go to the Two Dudes and Some Bullshit playlist, and watch Friday the 13th Part 5. And McRae knew that Tony was out of line. He knew at the time, you could tell. He's like, let's all settle down. He knew. But, I left some damning comments after that on the comment section, which I deleted because it's over. That's why I said to Tony at the end of that stream, at the end of the remake of Nightmare, pardon me, I said, we're cool. we're cool with the Pamela Voorhees tombstone. That's over. It's all over. I know what I know. I don't mean to sound big-headed or anything, but I know what I know. I know my shit. I read, I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel, or I might have a YouTube channel talking about something else completely. But the thing is, when it comes to Halloween and Friday the 13th, not so much Freddy. I like Freddy, but I'm not a massive Freddy fan. But I do like, the OG Nightmare from 1984 is awesome. And number 2, it's okay. Dream Warriors number 3 is really cool. And New Nightmare, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I love that movie. Well, I like the movie a lot. I don't love it. I like it a lot. But yeah, hopefully that's all in the past, and yeah, onwards and upwards. Kyle, was Tony being called to you? Yeah. When I sent the message at the end, right at the end of the Two Dudes episode, it was basically a £2 message. Tony, we're cool with the Pam Voorhees tombstone, and he gave me one of these. And McCrae seemed very happy about it as well. It's like, oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. I mean, I don't know, but I've got a funny feeling after that stream. If you want to see it, you haven't seen it, you want to know what I'm talking about, it's Friday the 13th, part 5, A New Beginning. And that's where me and Tony really got into it, all about the date on the Pamela Voorhees tombstone. Quite a while ago now, but they still remember. And I don't, like I say, I don't know this. I've got a funny feeling after the stream ended, I've got a weird feeling McCrae might have actually gave Tony a bit of a telling off because he was so unprofessional. But the comments I left in the comment section, I think hopefully they're all deleted. They were not professional either. And I'm a YouTuber, not. Yeah, I love you guys, or you guys who subscribe, and you guys who maybe don't and watch after the fact. That's fine. Great, wonderful. But when you have a following of like 23,000 subscribers, like McCrae has, yeah, you have to. I think you have to be a bit more mature about things, and the way Tony Michael handled that was very immature, and it brought out the immaturity in me. Kyle Riles, yes, I remember Tony talking about it on his Instagram a couple of months ago. I still haven't seen it. I'm not on Instagram. I'm probably never will be on Instagram, but was he very apologetic? He should have been, but yeah. So yeah, they remember me. I was a subscriber to McCrae before the whole Super Chat Valley thing started. I was McCrae. I mean, I remember when he did his video 5,000 subscribers, a celebration. 5,000 subscribers. So yeah, Dave knows I've been with him not since the very beginning, but close. When he started talking about Halloween, so he knows. Kyle, he was bashing somebody that was DMing him, talking about the situation. He was bashing somebody. Oh, right. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, well, I've said this ad nauseum on my channel. If you don't believe me, if you don't believe in the Pamela Voorhees tombstone, you don't believe the timeline, which people say is so perfect when it comes to Friday the 13th, it's not perfect. Not at all. And that tombstone, Pamela Voorhees died in 1979, is incorrect. She died in 1980. Just watch I'm not going to go into that now. So please don't ask me questions about that. If you want to know, if you haven't seen them, I think, Kyle, I think you probably have seen them. My videos on that subject is Pamela Voorhees died in 1980, and there's Pamela Voorhees died in 1980 addendum. But yeah, I'm not going into that again. I'm sick and tired of it. Kyle, I remember Dave's live Halloween watch along on October 31st, 2017. I saw that. Not live, but I saw that. And it was great, wasn't it? I loved it. I've seen it more than once. I remember McRae's first live video was called Saturday Night Sit Down. And it was all dark around him. And his face was glowing, almost glowing in the screen. And yeah, Saturday Night Sit Down. Now I remember that. And yeah, the one you're talking about, 2017. Yeah. When it comes to McRae, I mean, yeah, I still watch McRae live. I still watch Two Dudes, but I do prefer the rant videos. When he still had the professional microphone, but when he was filming on his phone and the rant videos about the Halloween petition, the Jason Reitman rant, the Halloween Resurrection rant, the Halloween 5 rant. So funny, so funny. Kyle P. Rouse, I remember when I first started watching people in the Halloween community. I watched Dave primarily. Same here. I remember the first time I watched the Wham guys. It was a huge change of direction, LOL. Kyle, I love those fuckers though, man. Yeah, I do too. I mean, who does? I mean, yeah. When it comes to information about Halloween and what's going on, McRae is my go-to, But Mike and Jay at Wham, yeah, they're very funny, and you can tell. I mean, they told us a story of how they met and how they became friends, but you could tell they've been friends for years. Just I know nowadays they do a lot of it. I haven't watched a lot of recent Wham, but the thing is, a lot of the videos You got Mike on one screen, you got Jay on the other. Probably got something to do with social fucking distancing and all. Yeah, but I haven't watched anything recent from Mike and Jay. But they are funny and they are educated in movies. They're really funny and they're very educated when it comes to movies. They are. And they do have different opinions. You know, they can have different opinions with one another, and they have different opinions to what McRae thinks is shit. You know, they might like. I like that. Oh, Mike and Jay are cool. Kyle, when I say change in direction, I was primarily only watching McRae. So when I first discovered Wham, it was like Dave McRae, but on cocaine. No, I don't know. Obvious jokes, yeah. But I'm sure you understand what I mean. Yeah, of course I do. It is. Yeah, it's McRae on steroids. Obvious joke. Dave McRae doesn't take steroids. Uh, their Kyle, their energy was out of the roof. Yeah, I mean, I've gone back and watched. I remember when they did the Friday the 13th movies, and I think they had to do they did some of them outside, and they've got these. You've probably seen it. They got these raincoats on or something with this fake blood splattered all over them, and they're going through the Friday the 13th movies. Ah, it's classic stuff. They did the same thing with Nightmare, with Freddy. But I haven't seen a lot of recent Wham. I don't like the two camera thing because we all know why that's happening. You know, can't be aroused. Honestly, the first time I watched them, they caught me off guard, and I sort of went to myself, "What the fuck is wrong with these guys?" But they grew on me a lot. Yep, I can't remember the first one I saw. Probably something to do with Halloween, but they are funny. They're very funny, and like I said, they're very well educated on movies. And I love the way they don't always agree. They don't always agree with each other because you can't do that. How boring would that be if they did that? Every movie Mike loves, Jay loves. Every movie Mike hates, Jay hates. How boring would that be? No, they're two funny guys and two very well educated film fans. Kyle, they just did a rant on, on Tony Moran, and they are with each other finally. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. The last thing I saw on my, like YouTube recommendations, it was still a split screen. Yeah, actually, I may have seen. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do that because everybody else has already done it. I'm not going to do a rant about Tony Moran. Kyle, I remember some of their jokes and humor. I reacted to like, what the fuck? But but the more I watched, the more I realized just how different they were compared to who I was already accustomed to, like McRae. Oh yeah, it's chalk and cheese, chalk and cheese. You know, Kyle, Jay gets in on Tony Moran's ass. Yeah, I mean, Tony Moran he's just a piece of shit. He really is. How can you charge somebody for your autograph and then take the piss out of them? How can you do that? What kind of mind would do that? Tony Moran. Carl, because at the end of the day, we are all talking about the same stuff, but it's the person talking about it and what they bring to the table that makes them unique. Uh, couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. McRae has his style. Wolfman's got nods or something. He's got his own style. Um, Wham, Mike and Jay, they've all got different styles. I mean, with me, my following, love you guys. My following is not as big as their following, and it probably never will be. But my style, to be honest, uh, I may have said this before in a previous video, but it was Dave McRae that gave me the inspiration to make my own YouTube channel. If I had never seen McRae, you wouldn't be watching me right now. So, you know, you, I don't, I don't copy Dave McRae. Sometimes I know I mean, I can't be that theatrical, you know. But sometimes, you know, we do have people saying now on YouTube that there are a lot of Dave McRae imitators out there. That's certainly not what I try and do. McRae just inspired me to create my own channel, and you know, so if I ever come across, uh, that's something else. During that whole Pamela Voorhees tombstone debate, in the comment section, somebody actually accused me of being a cheap British ripoff of Dave McRae. It didn't bother me, but I found it funny. I was like, what? Yeah. No. If I ever come across like Dave, it's not on purpose. It's not on purpose. It, you know, he just inspired me to create movie chat and more. Kyle, that's why I'm always here in these streams. Richard, your personality speaks to me. Thank you so much, Kyle. I really appreciate that. That's so nice. Kyle, in other words, you the fucking man. You the fucking man. You the fucking man. Thank you. Kyle, Halloween 2 is no longer canon. Yep, that's true. In regards to 2018 and kills, and so basically, David Gordon Green and Danny McBride are telling us Ben Tramer may actually still be alive. Yeah. Yes, Ben Tramer could show up in Halloween Ends, maybe even Halloween Kills. That could happen. I doubt it. If I was to, let's put it this way: if I was to have like $100, £100, $100, whatever, and I had to have a bet. I had to bet whether or not we're going to see Ben Tramer again in Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends or both, or we see Danielle Harris playing a completely different character as she would have to, my money would be on Danielle Harris popping up somewhere. And that's something else. I mean, I know there's so many YouTubers out there, McCrae being one. It's like we don't want to see Danielle Harris as a grocery store clerk. No, I would want the role to be a bigger role than that. But I don't go along with this with this theory that no Halloween fan would be happy with Danielle Harris coming back to the series unless she's playing Jamie Lloyd. I don't agree with that. Not at all. Not at all. I would be happy to see Danielle Harris back in the series in a minor role, maybe as a nurse. Maybe as a nurse in Halloween Kills or Halloween Ends, or, just to see Danielle back in the series. I don't care if she's Jamie Lloyd anymore. I don't care. I would just love to see her back. And there's so many YouTubers, McCrae included, who totally disagree with that. No, you want to see her back as Jamie Lloyd from Halloween 4 and 5. Well, no. I mean, I would just be happy to see her back. One of the highlights of Rob Zombie's Halloween was to see Danielle Harris playing Annie. I loved it. So I don't agree with the people that say that. Oh, she has to be Jamie Lloyd, otherwise it's going to be shit. No, I don't agree with that. Kyle, imagine they bring Ben back for the flashbacks scenes and give him the same death. Ha! Hollywood's wasted more money before. Why not? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I can't see that happening. Even if they do bring Ben Tramer back, I don't think we'll see the police car, the smash against the ambulance. I think it was. I don't think they'll go that route. It would be funny if they did. Kyle, did you find it odd how Rob Zombie chose to kill/show how they ended Danielle Harris's Annie in H2, in his H2, considering she was Jamie Lloyd? Did you find it odd how Rob Zombie chose to kill/show how they ended Danielle Harris? I didn't find it odd. I found it disappointing. Considering how she survived Michael Myers in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1, she survived that. But I found it disappointing if she's going to survive that attack and then she's killed in Rob Zombie's H2, I found it disappointing. I didn't find it odd, but I didn't like it. But that adds to the list. That adds to the list of the the shit show that Rob Zombie's H2 really is. It just adds to the list. Kyle, I do see how it could be confusing to bring her back for the new timeline, though, because the ordinary moviegoer, people like my mother, will see her and possibly think she's playing the same girl. Totally. Totally, 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 totally. Uh, yeah, yeah, I agree with that. Uh, Um, to go in depth with that, maybe somewhere down the line, I will do a video about Jamie Lloyd and Daniel Harris and Annie Brackett, and um, but yeah, it could be confusing to some moviegoers. But to the casual fan, to the to, to the casual Halloween fan, would they really care? Would they notice? If they notice, would they care? If they cared, would they? You know, I don't think it's such a big deal, and I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see Daniel Harris in this timeline again. I mean, Halloween ends, we'll end it, and then I don't know, 10 years down the line, they begin all over again. And then we might see Daniel Harris. But I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Carl. Uh, Carl, Carl says, sort of like with the different Spider-Man films. Don't get me started. It's a new actor, and people will be like, wait, what? But with this, it's even more confusing because it's the same actress. With the Spider-Man films, my Spider-Man would always be Tobey Maguire. I do have the Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 on DVD. I bought those years ago. I still have not watched them, believe it or not. But no matter what, Garfield, is it Andrew Garfield who played Spider-Man in those two movies? No matter what, I haven't seen him. And Tom Holland and you know in the later ones, those movies, I no interest in whatsoever. Was it Spider-Man Homecoming or fuck knows? But no, Tobey Maguire will always be my Spider-Man. But I know it. Yep, I see where you're coming from. It could be confusing. It could be confusing to the average moviegoer. But when it comes to films like Spider-Man, um, the Marvel, see, I forget because back in my day, when I think Spider-Man is, yeah, he is Marvel. But back in my day when I was a kid, we didn't care whether it was DC or Marvel. We loved Superman. We liked Spider-Man. We loved Batman. You know, we didn't care. We didn't even know about this whole DC. I don't think this whole DC versus Marvel thing was even going on. Not back in my day. Not back in the 80s. Not back in the early 90s. But yeah, it could be confusing. Uh, Carl, did you see the video of Tommy Lee Wallace and Sean Clark remaking an original Myers mask? No, I haven't seen that. Is that on YouTube? I think it probably is. It sounds interesting. I haven't seen that. Kyle, they used a new Captain Kirk mask. Okay. They used a new Captain Kirk mask, and Tommy Wallace basically did exactly what he did in '78. No, I haven't seen that. That I might have to check out. Sounds cool. Sounds cool. Carl says the Garfield films had a Nolan a Nolan Batman Begins vibe. The Holland Spider-Man went for the John Hughes vibe. John Hughes? Wow. Yeah, I've got no interest in the Holland franchise, if you want to call it that. But the Garfield ones, yeah, I've had, like I say, I bought those quite a few years ago. I've never got around to watching them. Carl says Halloween 2 had some Halloween 2. We're talking Halloween 2. I love it. Halloween 2 has some great sound bites. Yes, it did. It did. Sound bites, soundscapes. Yep. And the reintroduction of the Halloween theme. I'm not sure if you know a YouTuber called Deca Shadow. Deca Shadow, but he it's such a funny, sarcastic son of a bitch. And he reviews movies, unlike McRae. He reviews, pardon me, all the Halloween movies, all of them, even number 3. And he calls the Halloween 2 theme the Halloween Dance Remix. And there he is with the Myers mask on. I think it's him anyway, with the Myers mask on, with a jumpsuit and a knife, and he's dancing along to this Halloween 2 dance remix, as he calls it. If you haven't checked out Deca Shadow, please do. He's so funny. Kyle gutted the eyes, painted it white, and met the hair. Yeah, I mean that's what they did, wasn't it? Yeah, they made the eyes bigger. Yeah, they spray painted it white, like yep, and they got rid of the sideburns and messed the hair. So basically, yeah, I will have to check that one out. Tony Weiss and Sean Clark. Sean Clark, he's the guy who does Horrors Hallowed Grounds. Yeah, yeah, that's Sean Clark. Yeah. Okay, well, 12 minutes in. Gonna stop at 1 hour and 30. Like I said the other night, I want to try and bring these videos down to like 90 minutes. If we go just over, that's fine. Just under, that's fine. But depending on what's going on, depending on what I want to, depending if I've got something to do, depending how many people are in the chat, depends on a lot of things. But I do want to try and limit myself to at least like 90 minutes, which is the average time for a movie. So it makes sense. Maybe chat more 90-minute videos. But if I do a quiz, and I do plan on doing another quiz, I'm not sure when, or a live watch along, like I did with I Know What You Did Last Summer, obviously those videos will last longer. Kyle, if you had to remove all of Myers' characteristics and only keep one, which one would it be? Oh, that's a great question. Love that question. Remove all of Myers' characteristics and only keep one. Which one would it be? I can't. I mean, if you're talking about Nick Castle, I would keep the walk. I know everybody, including me, they love, the head tilt. I love that. I love in the OG Halloween the sit up, the rat focus scene, where Michael Myers sits up behind Jamie Lee Curtis. I would get rid of all that just to keep the walk. but it's very hard. that's a that's a really tough question, but that's yeah. I would keep the walk. Kyle just walk, Nick. Yeah, that's it. That's all it was. It was just walk, Nick. How do you want me to do this, John? Do you want me to just walk, Nick? Yeah, I love that. And that's all he did. He just walked. And they say, if you see, I think McRae said it once, he saw Nick Castle at a convention and he saw him walk across the room. And it was like watching Michael Myers just walking across the room. You know, no mask, no jumpsuit. That's just the way the guy walks. And it worked. Kyle says, had that Vince McMahon strut for a step or two. Oh, well, I think when it comes to Vince McMahon walking towards the ring, I think I know the strut you're talking about, but all I think about is the over the top. When it comes to Vince McMahon and his ring walk, that's all I think about. The over the top, the arms moving, and the Yep, it's been a great chat. Like I said before, I will go back and do Halloween 78 again. I'm going to go back and do this one again, Halloween 2. But I might just carry on and do Halloween 4 next. I'm not sure. But I will go back and redo all 78 chat, all 81 chat, all 88 chat, you know, Halloween 4. Kyle, haha, not really. But when he started going towards down the steps, Michael was very direct. Oh, at the top of the steps. At the top of the steps, at the top of the stairs in 78. Yeah, very direct. I think the first, I stand to be corrected. I do believe the first scene, it doesn't sound, this is not going to sound right, but I have heard it numerous times. The first scene that they shot with Nick Castle was at the end of Halloween when he's basically chasing Laurie across the street. Chasing, he's not running. We all know he doesn't run, but he's walking across the street. And Laurie's banging on a window and all that. I stand to be corrected though, but I have heard it on numerous occasions. The first scene they shot with Nick Castle as Myers was that scene. It sounds weird. It does sound weird, and I stand to be corrected on that. But that is what I've heard quite a few times from reliable sources. You know, Kyle, is Halloween 2 a great 80s film in your opinion? It's a great 80s horror movie. So yeah, it is. In my opinion, Halloween 2, a great 80s film. I mean, when it comes to the 80s, I mean, Jesus, I mean, there's so many classics. Classics. You've even got classics that I don't like. Well, classics that are not on my list, like E.T. I'm not a big fan of E.T., but it's a classic. Uh, in the 80s, we had, I mean, 1984, we had Gremlins, we had uh, very early on in 85, we had The Breakfast Club. In 84, we had Police Academy, you know. There, uh, in the 80s, we had Back to the Future, 1985. Ghostbusters, 1984. So would I put Halloween 2 up there with classic movies like Back to the Future and The Breakfast Club and um, maybe not. No, but it's a great 80s horror movie, but it's supposed to be set in 1978, and I think they did a very good job of doing that. So yeah, I mean, 80s, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, you know, another one. There's so many 80s, Planes, Trains, Automobiles. There's so many 80s movies that are, I think, better than Halloween 2, but they're not horror movies. You know, I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street, again, 1984. 1984 had so many classics, it's unbelievable. I would put Halloween 2 in there, but the thing is, a great 80s film, if you're talking about the 80s vibe, then no, because it's supposed to be 1978, it's supposed to be the same night, so no. But is it one of the better horror movies that came out in the 80s? Definitely. Definitely. Halloween 2 is one of the best horror movies of the 80s. Kyle, do you think Michael Myers should have had a WWF appearance in the early 90s? That would have been fun. I always waited for something like that. Probably has something to do with copyright, and that's why they never did it. But that would have been fun. Bit like RoboCop in WCW, you know. Uh, Kyle, I'll be pissed if they remake or do a spin-off to the Back to the Future franchise. No, the most they've done, yeah, I would be, you know, I say I would be too, but we got to respect this stuff now. You know, we have to respect it. I mean, we know at some point or another. I mean, in my top 5 movies of all time is The Breakfast Club. Yeah, I love The Breakfast Club. It's in my top 5. At some point or another, some genius is going to remake The Breakfast Club, and it's going to be shit. It's going to be shit. Uh, so so yeah, the most I saw a spin-off to Back to the Future. It began. I think it was a cartoon, but it did begin with Christopher Lloyd, you know, Doc, introducing the show. So we had Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd introducing the show, and then the cartoon, you know, followed that. And I was very young when I saw that, so I was like, "Hey, it's Back to the Future! You know, Back to the Future's back." No pun intended. But I enjoyed that cartoon. I can't remember much about it, But I do remember Christopher Lloyd introducing that show, that cartoon show. Kyle, Bob Gow has it set to not happen. Yeah, Bob Gow. Zemeckis. Let's see. Oh yeah, Bob. I never knew Bob Gow did. I think Robert Zemeckis has gone on record to say the movie will never be remade as long as I'm alive. Bob Gow's done the same thing. I never knew that, Kyle. I didn't know that. Kyle, if you love Breakfast Club, I think you'd like Dazed and Confused. Yeah, I mean the Breakfast Club. John Hughes, legend. May he rest in peace. Every Tuesday night, back in I don't know, the mid-90s, every Tuesday night, BBC One, which would show a movie every Tuesday night for quite a while. And no matter what movie it was, whether I'd heard of it, most of which I had never heard of, this is like 1994, 1995, I would have been like 15 years old, 14, 15 years old. And I saw The Breakfast Club. Never heard of it. And it became one of my favorite movies of all time. I never knew. I mean, back in 94, 95, maybe it wasn't considered the iconic classic movie it is considered today by most people, by a lot of people, I should say, me included. But yeah, every Tuesday night, BBC One would show a movie. And no matter what it was, I would watch it. Murder in New Hampshire was one of them. That's the Pamela Smart story, the school teacher. And, uh, there were a few. Biloxi Blues with Matthew Broderick was another one I saw. I knew who Matthew Broderick was because of Ferris Bueller, and but yeah, I got lucky because sometimes some of the movies they show on Tuesday night were total shit. But The Breakfast Club was one of them, and not one of the shit ones, but probably easily the best movie they showed. And that's how I got into The Breakfast Club. Okay, 1 hour and 28. We're gonna stop soon, guys. Let's see. Last couple of comments and questions. Let's see. Kyle, I seen Doc Brown make an appearance in the documentary the other day. It was fourth wall breaking, though. Yeah, he does. Christopher Lloyd does do that kind of thing. He's done. I've seen one where he's talking about 2015. It's like, okay, so it's not what we thought it would be, and I've seen that. Stephen Law, Weird Science. You know what, Stephen? Weird Science could have been another one of those Tuesday night movies. That's the first time maybe I ever saw Weird Science. It could have been. It could have been. Kyle, have you seen mid-90s? Have you seen mid-90s? Not sure what you mean, Kyle. You're gonna have to embellish on that one a little bit. Kyle, have you seen Wham interview with the writer of Halloween 4? McElroy. Was it Alan B. McElroy? No, I haven't seen it, but it's definitely worth checking out. At some point or another, I'll check it out. Kyle, they are interviewing Halloween 6 writer later tonight. Wow. Okay. Kyle Rouse, mid-90s is a film. I've never heard of it. I've never. Mid-90s is a film. So there's a movie out there called Mid-90s. I've never heard of it. I'll have to Google that and see what it's about. Anyway, guys, 1 hour, 30 minutes. Thank you so much. Directed by Jonah Hill. Okay, never heard of it, but maybe I'll Google it. Maybe I'll Google it and find out what it's about. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Thank you to everybody watching after the fact. Feel free to leave comments down below. What do you think of Halloween 2? Carl, peace out. Richard, peace out, my friend. And hopefully see you for the next installment of the Halloween chat. The next one will be Halloween 4. I'm not sure when I'm doing it. But then when I get to the end, the last one, I might do Rob Zombie's Halloween Night. But I would definitely be doing Rob Zombie's Halloween. But then I will go all the way back. Or I might stop halfway, like stop at Halloween and go back to 1978. There's more to be said about these movies, you know? So, thank you very much. See you all soon. Take care. Stay safe. And cheers, guys.